Good afternoon, Lisa.
Good afternoon, Andrew.
Look, I've got that prickling sensation. Just what I used to have when I thought those DVDs were near.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
We're going to do
The War Machine.
The War Mash-Eens, episode 1.
Yeah.
Which has got the weird title sequence.
Yeah.
With a cymbal clash at the end, as
Good.
though Doctor Who's done sort of a magic trick.
Some sort of magic trick.
And
yes.
produced a rabbit out of his hat or
Out of his
something.
Astrakhan hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we're going to try and talk about the War Machines
Yes.
over the next 4
weeks.
4 weeks,
Yeah, including today.
and dig a little deeper,
Yes.
like we try and do.
Yes.
So, I remember when the War Machines was discovered.
Right.
Must have been 1984.
Mhm.
But I can't think when I first saw it. It would have been a long time after that.
For me, it would have been when the original VHS
Yeah.
came out in the big. Oh no, it wasn't a double one, was it?
No, it's just a single
pack.
release.
Yeah, in its box,
but
which is obviously still thicker than
Yeah.
this.
But I've seen it a lot now.
Yes.
So
But
let's.
not for ages. I haven't
No.
seen it for quite a long while.
All right, but with Doctor Who on Twitch starting again yesterday,
Yeah.
it will be soon coming around.
It will,
won't
because they're jamming quite a lot in it this
Yeah.
time.
So, Saturday, the 25th of June, I believe,
Mhm.
and the schedule on BBC One doesn't start till 10:15 in the morning.
No.
With
We can have a lie-in.
with Laws of Disorder, an introduction to chemical change and thermodynamics by Professor George Porter, who's a name I keep stumbling across in the
do.
last few
You
weeks,
do.
as we talked about him on our Christmas lectures article
We did,
on episode
yes.
30, and George Porter later on to do a lecture about time machines using a Doctor Who type time machine, which is a.
It's not quite a Doctor Who time machine, because it's got a dial that says future and past.
And we described it as a war machine, didn't we? Because it's just a big
It's
box.
a big box, yeah.
with,
yeah.
with some dials on it. Master Builders, Notice Board, Summer Grandstand with David Colburn. Remarkable. Jukebox Jury at 5:05 with Jean Pitney, Susan Morn, Denny Piercy and Betty Marsden.
Betty Marsden.
Yeah.
Gosh, okay.
I'd like to see that. Doctor Who with the War Machines Part 1, London 1966, and Doctor Who and Dodo meet a revolutionary new computer, that can think for itself! Exclamation mark. News and Weather, Wimbledon, Quick Before They Catch Us, Mark of Distinction Part 4,
Right.
directed by Derek Martinus,
Okay.
no less,
Yes.
and got Peter Vaughan in it,
Okay.
and Colin Bell, David Griffin, Colin Douglas, Roy Skelton, Telfrin Thomas,
Okay.
load of the usual suspects.
Yeah.
Then the Dick Van Dyke Show at 7 o'clock, and the Western, MacDonald of the Canadian Mounties stars Tyrone Power. So there you go.
Okay.
Not only but also 2045.
Okay.
Dudley Moore and Peter Cook, of course. And the Troubleshooters.
Okay.
Robert Hardy, Geoffrey Keane, Ray Barrett in Cablegrams Come Expensive by Anthony Reid.
Okay.
So there you go. Got Philip Latham in there as well. So yeah, quite a few familiar names.
Yeah.
News and the 1966 Greyhound Derby.
Okay.
£7,500
Right.
for the fastest greyhound over a distance of 525 yards.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But we are into the sort of Innes Lloyd, Jerry Davis stories
Yes.
proper now, really,
Yes.
aren't we?
Yeah.
So, they've sort of used up all the leftovers,
Yeah.
basically, and they're starting to sort of lay out their store.
Yes, the way they're going to run Doctor Who.
So immediately, Kit Pedler gets involved. But as I said to you, if Kit Pedler hadn't been involved, the other sort of suspects
Yeah.
were Eric Laithwaite, Patrick Moore, and Alex Comfort. And there's a joke that sort of Troughton stories are base under siege, aren't they? But if Alex Comfort had been involved, it might have been like Sex Shop under siege or something, or
yes,
or if Eric Laithwaite was involved, it'd be like Gyroscopes under siege, or Patrick Moore Xylophones under siege.
I don't think you can have xylophones under siege.
You could have a giant xylophone that you could live in.
Like Patrick Troughton would just play the xylophone to the recorder. You'd have a little xylophone in his pocket.
You could have it for Christmas, like Paddington.
One of those child's ones. Ding, 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 ding. I'd love that.
The War Machines novelisation is fun. As Ian Stewart Black tries to explain why Doctor Who is readily accepted at the Post Office Tower.
Yeah.
And he suggests that Ian Chesterton, of all people, would probably have trained some of today's scientists.
Okay.
Do you believe that? A name to be conjured with, I imagine, in today's world of technology, a name to be respected. I shouldn't wonder if he'd have some hand in establishing this very system of the famous tower.
Okay.
So, yeah, Ian Chesterton was involved in building the Post Office Tower in Ian Stewart Black's head.
Right.
I don't
he wouldn't have had a lot of time. Well, the Post Office Tower opened in 1965 and they only got back to London in 1965.
London, 1965, exactly.
So...
but yeah, there's some sort of build-up for, doing this episode. And Michael Ferguson takes it as an excuse to go to the cinema.
Okay.
April the 25th, Michael Ferguson is assigned to work on The Computers, later The War Machines, and goes to Limes Grove Studios Theatre 3 to visit a film entitled Machines Like Men. Okay. I don't know whether machines do like men or not.
Yeah.
But,
Well, Votan doesn't.
Yeah. So, you've got Ben and Polly coming on board.
Yes.
There's Polly's script, her rehearsal script, about she's on the phone and her Uncle Charles has been kidnapped by Daleks or something. And her friend Roger's got a knife.
I see, that's nice.
Michael Craze is on £52 and 10 shillings. Annika Wills is on £68 and 5 shillings. And William Hartnell is now on the amazing sum of £315 per episode.
He's carrying a lot of responsibility though, isn't he? So.
Yeah, but the budget for the War Machines episode 1 is £3,205, so he's got over 10% of the budget just goes on Hartnell alone.
And I wonder how big a fee William Mervyn got as well.
I don't know.
Because he's
Talk
quite
about him in a minute,
a well-known actor at this point, isn't he?
But yeah, the budget for episode 1 is £3,205. Total cost of episode 1, £5,098.
They went over.
Well, there's a lot of filming on this story, and I think all filming is assigned to episode 1 of a story. Because if you look at later episodes, they come in under budget. Episode 3, for example, budget is 2,575 and total cost is 2,069.
Oh, so it's
But even so, the War Machines does splash out a bit. And we'll talk about the filming more in a later instalment because there's actually not that much filming in episode 1.
Yeah, it's all silent filming as well, isn't it?
Yeah, there's Hartnell and
they're just acting.
Jackie Lane sort of gesticulating on. And you said you've been in.
I've been in one of the squares.
Areas.
I'm not sure if it's that one or if it's the one later on with it when the actual War Machines
are going for a walk.
Yes, I've been in one of them. We did a location thing a few years back.
All right.
So quite a few years back.
Anyway, so we this is Doctor Who being in the present day and capitalising on a thing that's in the news because of course Blue Peter has done the Post Office Towers before and of course previews the War Machines actually on in the studio with them knocking over some boxes and Christopher Trace being scared.
They managed to completely miss one lot of boxes so.
But yes, so you've got John Harvey, you've got William Mervyn.
Yes.
But behind the scenes you've got Lovett Bickford, Bickford of the BBC, as he used to say when he answered the phone.
Yes.
And Margot Hayhoe. Who gets to spin some wheels.
Yes.
So what's her job to do? Just to
go,
like that on Wotan.
Like the wheels go around. Bless
but
her.
yeah, the dates are a bit queer for this because they say about C Day is like the 16th of July and a Monday, which if you look at the calendar makes this 1973, not 1966.
Okay. Yes.
So that doesn't work.
No.
But yeah, I love the way that to test a computer, Doctor Who asked it to calculate square roots.
Yes.
Like that's like the hardest thing a computer can do.
Yeah.
And I'm never impressed by that because even in like sort of the 80s, I had a calculator that could do that. So a big computer.
Maybe in the 60s that was a big thing.
Yeah.
Possibly.
But yeah, we got our first sight of Polly.
Yes.
She's got a sort of different look in this one a bit, hasn't she? Because her hair's a bit shorter, isn't it? Yeah. When she's,
I suppose so.
And she's got a sort of weird dress thing on, but then later on, she becomes more familiar when she's in the Inferno, the hottest night spot in town. Ben, of course, he's got teaser written on his hat.
Yes.
Which I don't know.
HMS teaser.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's an excuse for anything or not. But oops, there we go. But yeah, I like the things about the program regimentator as well, which I've never heard of.
Yes, I don't know what a program regimentator is, but there is one.
But Dodo goes a bit queer.
She does.
Professor Brett seems to be quite.
Yeah.
He keeps wandering away from Doctor Who to make sure she's all right.
Yeah.
So
well, she's prettier than Doctor Who is. So.
He's one for the ladies. But all the stuff in the Inferno, discos are the thing, aren't they, at this point? Because you've got the first episode of Adam Adamant Lives is set in the disco.
Yes, it is.
And in Dark Shadows, we seem to keep cutting back to the
Blue Whale.
To the Blue Whale, where
lots of people are frogging.
Vigorous frogging going on there as well. But yeah, Flash turns up. In his stripy jacket.
Yes.
Trouble with the name of Flash, it either makes me think of like Old Man Steptoe in the bath when he's got the flash in front of his winkle, or the tortoise in Finger Bobs who's called Flash as well. But yeah, the taxi driver is real. The Doctor Who.
Well, is the taxi driver real?
The taxi driver is real.
They hire the taxi. Do they hire the driver?
They
as
do.
Well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere I've got the. I can look up the taxi driver if you really want me to. But yeah, this is Richard Bigdell's On Location book, which we can also refer.
Has been heavily thumbed.
Referred to. But yeah, it lists all the bits and bobs, all the payments to various people for filming out of for the episode 1 sequence of Doctor Who arriving at the Royal Scientific Club by taxi. The production team hired a genuine black cab and paid the driver W. Buzzell, Bussell, £2 for his trouble.
Okay.
So there you go. So genuine.
Would that be a lot? I suppose it is quite a lot.
Well, it seems alright considering you just had to drive around the corner. Yeah. It's not like he's driven all the way.
No, from somewhere else.
No, he's just like come round the corner. There you are. £2 gov. Yeah. Hope he kept the change. But yeah, then you've got William Mervyn, who is utterly brilliant.
He is.
And
he is.
It's one of those things that people don't really get how big a deal William Mervyn is.
No, they don't. No, because you just he's just a Charles.
Just some old bloke,
Just,
But he starred as Mr. Rose.
Yeah.
He's all gas and Gators.
Going to be the bishop in All Gas and Gators.
Is the bishop.
Yeah. And he's the old gentleman.
The Railway Children.
Yeah. Never seen the Railway Children the whole way through.
And of course, judging Crown Court as well. Brilliant judge in Crown Court.
Yes, he's got a wonderful line in acerbic wit.
And frankly, almost anything with William Mervyn
is good. Yeah.
It means it's
going to be good.
It's a guarantee of
because he's in an episode
quality.
of Dixon of Dock Green, isn't he?
Oh right.
As a con man.
Oh,
he's
of course.
Really good in that as well.
Is that the hot seat?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good too.
Yes.
But yeah, there's this diagram on the wall about all the things that Wotan's going to join up with, like ELDO, which is the European Launcher something or other organisation.
Yeah.
And EFTA, which is the European Free Trade Organisation. Telstar, which I presume is the satellite, not the bit of music. The White House, and what's just referred to as Parliament.
Yes.
Because I think of Pete, because we've said about not only, but also I'm thinking of Super Thunder Stinker, where they attack the Houses of Parliament.
Okay.
So there you are. But yeah, Crimpton gets taken over, and you get the wonderful swirly effect.
Yes.
Which is, I think, on the book, isn't it?
It is on the book,
If you look at the book, way careful now. There's the nice effect.
Doesn't actually make that noise.
Yeah, we maybe ought to gloss over the implication that Doctor Who looks like that DJ.
Yes.
And the ridiculous line, it isn't every day we get the over 20s in here.
Yeah.
I just wrote a very rude word starting with B against that. Because they're all about 35.
Yeah, they're all well over 20.
Shrugging away.
Yes.
But yeah, Dodo gets nobbled, and she goes off to see Wotan, as some people call it, or Wotan, or depending on the script, Wotan and Wotan, and seems that nobody can spell or pronounce it at all. Dodo gets nobbled, and Wotan says that Doctor Who is required.
Yes.
And then for some reason you get a W at the end.
You do.
And I thought, is that like Pertwee from Who Done It doing that? I suppose it'd be Hartnell doing that. I just imagine Hartnell coming on at the end of each episode doing that for Wotan. You'd have to explain it to him. And the fact that Wotan also gets a credit as well.
Yes, and Wotan.
Who is he? Who is Wotan?
Who is Wotan? Who does the
As
voice?
though he's a real computer that they've sort of auditioned a load of computers.
Yeah. Can you be the voice of Wotan?
Yeah,
No,
like all these computers have shuffled into the production office and tried to speak and been a bit rubbish. You know? Thank God they didn't get the speak and spell or something. Doctor Who is required.
Yes,
now spell colour. Now spell Wotan. Yeah, they can they? Very good. But it's a great first episode, I think.
Yeah. And it rattles along.
And it's again with hindsight, you tend to lose what a shock it probably was to see Doctor Who
in the present day.
In the present day. And I can imagine people on Twitter being cross about this.
Yes.
Doctor Who shouldn't be in the present day.
Where is the magic of Doctor Who gone?
Lloyd and Davis
must go.
Must go. They have betrayed, what the show stands for.
Yes. Who is this Ben character? He is an idiot.
Yeah. So, what goes around comes around. I can really imagine people being a bit rattled by this episode.
I can imagine lots of comments about Polly's. Oh, look at that Polly! Look at her skirt. It's really short. This is a disgrace. Oh, not the case.
Yeah, but I really enjoy the War Machine, so I'm going to look forward to doing the rest of this. And,
and we're going to do one a week.
We're going to do one a week,
so,
and as I said, get as much detail in as we can.
We possibly can, yes.
Because although we know the story backwards, there's always things to learn about context, aren't there?
Yeah, so, always.
Okay, we'll see you again.
Okay.
And we'll do something before we do
the next episode.
But we will be back with episode 2.
Yes.